snowstorm. Antarctica.
Ice scientists are penguins.
Antarctica, they're opening the abyss.
So a new discovery.
Antarctica.
Advanced Antarctica.
Climate crisis. Penguins.
Yes. Watch out, penguins. Simpleflying.com headline. Watch. Huge Ilyushin. Ilyushin. Spelled Ilyushin. The Ilyushin Il-76 lands on blue ice runway in Antarctica for the first time.
Dun, dun, dun.
Now, I didn't know what or who or what, Ilyushin. I was just like, what is this? It sounds like illusion. There's a huge illusion in Antarctica. What is happening? But apparently it's an airplane. For the first time in history, the Volga Dnieper Airlines Ilyushin Il-76 has landed at the Russia's Progress Station in Antarctica on its blue ice runway. On November 7th, the aircraft departed from Cape Town, traveling 5,300 kilometers south in 6.5 hours, bound for Progress. The aircraft, fitted with PS-90A-76 engines, carried 82 passengers and 6.5 tons of cargo, which landed on the base's 100-meter wide and 3,000-meter long runway.
It's a lot of cargo.
Yeah, so it talks about a little football in Antarctica, and there's a little thing here. The new airfield will assist in future research for the Russian Antarctic expedition at the base, now with more flexibility for various aircraft to visit during challenging seasons and weather. Director of the Russian Arctic and Antarctic Research Institute, Alexander Makarov, commented, quote, "Our institute is based in St. Petersburg. So we collectively made the decision to name the new Antarctica airfield in honor of the St. Petersburg's football club. We're already discussing ways to promote our work with the club and to tell the supporters about our interesting work." So, okay, there's like a football sponsorship partnership thing going on there. Now, I have the video here of the landing, and I gotta say, it's cinematic, it's epic, it's got sort of the tone of a Star Wars, a planet. There's people kind of loosely hanging out on white desert snow. And then here comes this airplane.
Hoth type scene.
Yes. And the airplane comes down to land and very barren, but it does look pretty epic. And I got to say, it invokes lots of different thoughts when it comes to.
Yeah. So this is a gigantic plane that is landing for the first time. It's a Russian plane, by the way.
Yes, it is.
And it's for the Russian research station. And they have what's called a blue ice runway, which is a way of manipulating the ice to make it stronger. And so, they can't put down asphalt on top of the snow or the ice or whatever. So they make these blue ice runways. And I'm curious maybe if this is the biggest plane maybe ever to land maybe not ever to land, but like to regularly be used to bring people and cargo down.
Cargo,
yeah. But it's interesting because Russia, as they don't have their own claim in a traditional way, not like the other countries have full on claims. They do have this little research station, but it is quite the image, quite the statement to say, yes, we've built a blue ice runway that can land these gigantic planes, sort of signaling their intention to move in perhaps more permanently with gear and people there. It's interesting. Again, they talk about this Ilyushin plane, Ilyushin. So it's like quite literally says illusion.
Yeah, I know. Illusion.
I'm wondering if it has like a Russian meaning,
or
there
is.
They're just kind of having fun with it.
Ilyushin is a public joint stock company, Ilyushin Aviation Complex, operating as Ilyushin in Russian or as Ilyushin Design Bureau, is a former Soviet and now a Russian aircraft manufacturer and design bureau founded in 1933 by
perfect.
Sergei Vladimirovich Ilyushin. Soviet Russian nomenclature.
Oh, so it's a name?
Mm-hmm.
It was his
it's a name. It's an actual name. Soviet-Russian nomenclature identifies aircraft from Ilyushin with the prefix IL. IL has its head office in Airport District, Northern Administration, Okrov, Moscow. So yes, it's very much
an
Russian.
Interesting detail. The aircraft is widely used in locations across Asia, Europe, and Africa, with its primary users being Russian, Ukrainian, and Indian air forces. So, semi-popular plane there, but Russia and Ukraine sharing. Can't they just get along? They both use the giant plane.
Well, we might run into some issues because recently reported that NATO and the Western Alliance of Nations were trying to create that, some kind of bill or some kind of agreement amongst the nations for not furthering the damage of Antarctica with climate change or something. And Russia was like
trying to redo the Antarctic Treaty. Right.
And Russia said, no, we're good. We're not going to sign that.
Not interested.
It's probably for our detriment to do that. So, yeah.
Definitely a signal that Russia sees the importance of Antarctica. Maybe they're, as the West is trying to turn Antarctica into a, liberal utopia.
The coldest safe space for all liberals and progressives.
The Great White Desert.
Yeah.
Russia's like, we're going to move in too, but our planes are bigger and our runway is cooler, and definitely sends a message that, hey, we're packing them in.
Hey,
we're bringing our biggest plane.
Don't worry, it's just an illusion.
It's
not. We're not really there. It's just an illusion that the Russians are there.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I feel, again, it's kind of parallel to the issue that Russia has with the West. It's kind of frivolous. The words that Putin will use are more like satanic and secular and stuff like that. But the idea is this, kind of frivolous. It's catering to the soft whims of wealth and, not really to be taken seriously. And while the West is trying to pose Antarctica as the utopia, the sort of woke utopia, Russia's like, oh, what a perfect time to move in a bunch of military aircraft and land our most giant plane and start packing people and cargo in. And we'll do it with a sponsorship of a
football team. Yeah. Sports.
They're trying to bring some alpha energy back to Antarctica.
Yeah.
It's just a very interesting development.
Yep.
Yeah, there was also I think maybe we'll bring the full article another time, but there was a breakdown and analysis from News Chain Online about how the discovery of the Shackleton boat, the Endurance, which happened during the pandemic there. And, when we reported on the Endurance being found by the robots, it almost kind of started the new wave of obsession with Antarctica for this show. And part of what we noted as the trend is like, what a weird thing for everybody to be so excited about, finding an old boat, who cares? But we noted that it signaled a re-obsession with Antarctica and using it for, ideological purposes. And newschain.com came out with this article, Why Shackleton Fever is Reigniting Interest in Antarctica. Came out 18 hours ago. So, yeah, we're not the only ones, man. We just called it about a year and a half early, but newschain.com is just catching up with good old Canary Cry NewsTalk. That's why you listen to the show, folks. You know what's happening even before they do.